Good morning and welcome to this webinar on using Genially. I'm going to show you how I've been using Genially to make micro lessons, and then I'm going to hand over to Ashley, who's going to show you more of the features in Genially. So let's get started. My name is Kathy Orr and I'm a tutor and resource worker at Bray Adult Learning Centre, teaching QQI levels 2 to 4 to adults who are returning to education to brush up their basic skills or to learn English. So in this little section, we're going to have a quick look at what Genially is. I'm going to show you some examples of micro lessons that can be made in Genially. And then we're going to go behind the scenes and have a little look at how I made those examples. So Genially is a website where you can create presentations, infographics, and interactive lessons. So why not just use PowerPoint? Well, the advantages of Genially are that you can have your little learning unit all wrapped up in one package, and learners can follow a URL link to access everything, the presentation, the new learning content, and the activities all rolled into one. There's no need for them to log in, to install an app, or to download content before they view it. It looks good on all devices. You can include a voiceover, and so I found it great for people who are at the start of their digital journey, who would have difficulty navigating through links to get to different types of content. It's also very user-friendly from a maker's point of view. I've used other applications before to make content such as Articulate, and I find this it can do the same job. It's very good value package, and it's very user friendly. So I'm going to take you through some example slides from micro lessons which I've sent to students during this current blended learning period to teach digital skills. It's a kind of a compilation of slides from various different micro lessons, but all around the theme of using your mobile phone safely. So students would click on the link and then click on Start to get started with their little micro lesson. I've included a voiceover with every lesson, and for the first lesson I also included these tips just to help students to navigate through the content. Just showing them that they might need to click on an information button for further information, or to click on a quiz to get a quiz. So you can see the presentation is quite like PowerPoint. You can add text and an image. You can add information boxes where you can put more reading content. You can embed a link to a quiz which students can do within Genially. So here is a Google Forms quiz which students can work through and hit submit. You can include video. So moving on to the mobile phone keyboard, and as you hopefully can hear here, you can include a voiceover. So I've just left the voiceover on this slide. I had it set to start as soon as the slide opened, but you can also set it so it only comes on when a student clicks on the audio button. So my voiceover was talking and explaining the different keys on the mobile phone keyboard. And then students can also hover or tap on a hotspot to get a definition of what each key does. So you can see that it's very interactive. And then you can embed activities within the presentation, the Genially presentation. Here is a drag and drop activity that I made in H5P. So the students can work on this within Genially, and then they can check their results. Here's another H5P activity. The students were working on accuracy of typing in keyboard passwords using the caps lock, the special characters and the numbers, and you can just click on check to see how you've got on. So we're going to look now at how you make slides like that in Genially, how you put them together into a little micro lesson. So first of all, you start, this is a basic free account, and you get great functionality even with the free account. At the moment, it includes a voiceover, so you can add audio even as part of the free package. So you click on Create a Genially, and then you come into this choice of templates, really like PowerPoint templates. But it doesn't really matter which one you choose because you can add slides from other genres in afterwards. So I usually start with a presentation. You hit create and then you get your choice of templates. So you just choose a template that maybe fits in with your theme, with what you're teaching. And it's all already made for you to adjust with your own content. So if I just choose this basic one here, and you just click on use this template, and then it asks you which of the slides would you like to use. So I usually select them all, and then you click add, and they're added in to create a presentation that you can tailor to your own needs. So the presentation displays like this, almost like you're making a PowerPoint presentation. There are two toolbars. This toolbar running down the ways is for inserting items or objects into your slide. And then the toolbar going across the ways is for editing those objects once you have them in. So with the little micro lessons, I like to include a home button and maybe a little index so that students don't have to go all the way back to get to this, through all the slides to get to the start, that they can click on the home button and be right back to the index or the contents page. So how you do that is you click on interactive elements and you choose what button you want to put in. So I've chosen a home button here. Then you click on the little hand to give an instruction to the home button. So here I want to, when somebody clicks on the home button, I want them to go back to the contents page. So you click on go to page and then you just choose which page you want the button to react to. So that's how you insert your interactivity into your interactive buttons. Now, moving on to adding other types of content. So this is a GIF, not sure of the pronunciation, but you can add these where you add in images. So you click on images and you can drag or you can upload an image from your own computer. You can use any of the preloaded images that Genially contains. You've also got access to Pixabay, the copyright-free website. It's integrated into Genially, so you can search and choose for Pixabay images and use those. And then here is where the GIFs are that you can insert into your, you just choose the one you want and hit insert. So that's the GIFs. Again, I've made these little interactive buttons by clicking on interactive elements and choosing what I want the button to look like. And then you click on the hand and then you just type in the text that you want to be revealed when somebody clicks or hovers over the button. If you've got a lot of content, you can put it in the window. A little bit of content, you can just put it in tooltips. And then this is where you could add a link so that when somebody clicked on the info button, it would take them to an external link, such as a website. The quiz, again, I click on the hand to add my quiz in. I click on link And then I just paste in the link to my Google Forms quiz. So you can add text in by clicking on text and just formatting it however you want it to appear. The images are added in exactly the same place as where we added in the GIF. Now you can embed videos as well. So you click on Insert, Insert Video, and then you just paste the link. So that's your video inserted. The audio, it was inserted in the same way. Insert, Audio. Then you can record your little audio snippet within Genially, or you can upload an audio file that you already have on your computer. The hotspots, I chose a button from Interactive Elements, and then I clicked on the hand again, and I added in the label to the keyboard key. Sorry, and the H5P activity. So it can be made in Moodle or in WordPress. Once you've made it, you'll get an embed code. And then you go to Insert, Others, and you paste your code in there, and that embeds the external, whatever external content you want to have in your presentation. So here are some examples down here: Twitter, Facebook, all of the different codes that you can insert and embed into your Genially. Okay, so that was just giving you a little bit of an idea of how I made some of the slides. And then when you are finished with your slide and you want to share it, you just click on Genially. And then you hit the share button. And then you can copy the link and just send it out however you want to your students. Also in here, you can download. So you can download your creation as a PDF if you want to print it out. And you can also view it online. So you would need the internet for your external links to work, but you've still got all of that interactivity even with a downloaded version. So Ashley is going to paste the link to this this Genially presentation into Teams, just so I've given you some more links if you want to work through it afterwards. There's just some more helpful websites where you can go for more information about Genially. And finally, just to let you know that we've made quite a lot of interactive content here at the centre for people brushing up on their basic skills or wanting to develop their language skills. And they're all on our website, which is at this link here. And also there are a lot of interactive videos on our YouTube channel. So if they could be used in any other context, that would be great to know. So thank you very much for your attention, and I'll hand over to Ashley now.
Thank you so much, Kathy. That was fantastic. You know, you really showed how you're bringing your content to life there using Genially and how simple that can be. Give me 1 second there while I share across. Perfect. Okay, so my screen should be up. Okay, so Kathy has shown you how to make small bite-sized micro lessons. They can also be big lessons. If you wanted to create a full topic lesson within Genially, the functionality and the features are there for you to do that, even with the basic free account. What I want to look at is, you know, how you can make kind of short bite-sized activities within Genially, but how you could also go about adding them to a bigger Genially or to embed them into OneNote. They will also embed into Teams. There's so much that you can do this once you've created the content. And the hyperlink that Kathy showed you there will work in so many different contexts depending on what platform you're using. They will also embed very nicely directly into your Moodle site. So depending on what you're doing, this can be a really useful tool. So I just have 4 examples of different interactive content created here in Genially. So the first one I'm going to look at is for art, and it's just a quick snapshot or introduction to Pablo Picasso. So this is an interactive slide here, and it goes through the different periods of Picasso. Now, I'm not an art teacher, so I do apologize if this is way off the mark, but it's just an example of what you could do or what you could create. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the Rose period here, and you'll see that that opens up a new window with an image and some text that explains that period. And then down the bottom, it has a really nice function, a back button, and it brings you straight back to the overall page. So this is just one example of how you can use it. You know, you could tweak it to suit any module, any topic, whatever you're working on. But this is just a way of making interactive content. So here is the African influence period. And again, we have some text, we have an image, and then down the bottom, we have a back button that navigates us straight back. Okay, so I'll just click through so you get an idea of what they look like. And back. Okay, so that's the art activity for Picasso. So here is a really nice activity for maths. It's just a Venn diagram. So it's an interactive activity created directly in Genially. It's a Venn diagram. It shows on this side numbers that are divisible by 5. And then on the right, we have a circle for odd numbers. And then in the middle, we have both. So very easily then, I'm going to try and get this right. So divisible by 5 and odd 25 might go there in the middle. OK, so 221 is just odd. So we'll pop that here. Divisible by 5, but not odd. We're going to pop that over here. But that just shows you kind of some of the activities that you could build in there. Again, odd, divisible by 5, pop it into the middle. And then you can ask them to take a screenshot of that when they're finished. So that's kind of another example of interactive content in Genially. That one is for maths. So then I have an ESOL activity here. And this one is set up for the A to Z of animals. But again, this is just an idea. You can replicate it, change the actual content. But at the moment, when you click on the letter A, it gives you this picture of an ant and an explanation of it. And if I show you what some more of them look like, we'll go with D here. And so we have a dog. H for a horse. And it's nice the way you can click around, or you can go back to the different activities. And again, these templates are all already in Genially. You know, this particular activity you can actually copy out and use straight away from the Genially platform. So back here, and the last one then is a how-to guide for creating an infographic. So again, you can see there it's completely interactive. When you hover over, it gives you a text box that pops up. So for here, who's your audience? Make sure the terms that you use are appropriate for who's reading it. For example, what content text should complement your ideas, but not be your main focus. We'll have a look then at how to share it. So infographics are easy to share online or via email. And again, there's tons of templates for infographics within Genially, and a lot of them are free. You know, I have in the past gotten my students who would have been maybe level 3, level 4 to actually create content within here themselves, and they coped really, really well. And once they understand the basics of how to create it, so kind of in a micro lesson like what Kathy shared there, you know, how to create a Genially, you can actually have them create their own content for assessment in a platform like this. I love Genially because it's so easy to use and your content looks very professional without taking too much of your time, which is really key here. So I'll just come back. So that is some examples of interactive content that you can create in Genially. The next thing that I want to show you is I created a video presentation, again using a free Genially template. So you can see here it embeds very nicely into OneNote, but again you can embed this straight into your Moodle site or Teams, whatever platform you're using. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you this video. Okay, so that's my module overview video that I created in Genially. That video is halfway there. It would be so much better and more inclusive and more accessible if there was a voiceover, but I just wanted to give you an example of what you could create or what it could look like. You know, so content like that is I suppose it's really useful to have. You know, it brings up the quality of the learning materials and resources that are going out to your learners, and that's really, really important. The fact that if you create, you know, using the free platform that's in Genially, it's really, really easy to use. And I love the flexibility that it gives in the sense that when you create something, you have a hyperlink that will embed into any platform that you're using, or it can be accessed any way that you share the link, whether that's through even a WhatsApp message, an email, anything at all. It will 100% work for your learners, so they don't need to have accounts to access this interactive content, which is a massive, massive plus. So that basically is kind of what I wanted to show you with Genially. You know, I think Kathy went through the how to get started or how to get it set up and really, really clearly. So if you kind of want to go back and check through some of her instructions there, I think you should find it's really, really easy to follow, which is great. And that video will be added to the collection of webinar recordings within our PT Hub on Teams. So that will be there later this afternoon. So thank you very much. I'm just going to check if I have any questions there. So if anyone wants to ask any questions, please do pop them in the box. And I will share the content that Kathy created and presented at the start of the session in the PD Teams Hub as well. And I'll give you in a copy of these videos. Please do feel free to use the communications video. But if you're using it, I would encourage you to make it inclusive and add some voiceover or present it live yourself. You can take out the music that I had there, so you could talk your learners through it. But I'll share that all across. Please do feel free to use it. And if you create any collections or any activities or micro lessons within Genially yourself, I'd love to see them. You know, it would be really good if we could kind of try as much as possible not to be reinventing the wheel when quality content like this kind of is created. So I've no questions coming in there. I'll leave it open for another couple of minutes. Oh, hang on. Thank you. Okay, so if you have any more questions, please do ask. And again, I would really encourage you to check out some of the content that Kathy and the rest of the staff have created. There's some really useful kind of tools and activities and micro lessons. Their website is fantastic. There's tons of resources on it. Really good content there created, and they're happy. They will be delighted for you to use anything that's relevant to you. Okay, Kathy, do you have anything else that you'd like to add?
No, just thank you very much for the opportunity to present and keep up with the great work that you're doing. I've really enjoyed this little series, and there's just so much information to explore. So I know there's an awful lot of time and effort in organising this summer series, but thank you so much. We're all benefiting from it.
Me too. I'm benefiting and learning a lot along the way as well. And it's great to be able to bring a series of PD sessions to everybody during the summer, particularly so that you can dip in and out of them as you go. So I really hope that was useful. And if you're looking for one tool that will polish or improve the quality of your content, please do check out Genially. It really it can make your content come alive, so much easier than in an awful lot of the other tools available for e-learning or creating content. So please do check it out. Thank you very much.
Thank you.